welcome to another edition of Danny's Hot Takes. We're going to be going over the Army of Renown Skitarii Veteran Cohort from the War Zone Charadon, or Charadon.
Charmander.
Anyway.
The first book was
Book of
Charmander.
Yeah, Charmander. This
and
is
now it's Charizard.
Charmeleon.
It's yeah.
Is the middle.
Oh, it
and
is?
then Charizard.
Oh, man.
Dude, get with it. So, this is book 2, the Book of Fire. Today we'll be going over the Skitarii Veteran Cohort Army of Renown. Pay attention to our feed. We'll also be releasing a video for the Codex Supplement Order of Our Martyred Lady, as well as the Army of Renown Disciples of Be'lakor, along with Be'lakor himself status sheets. You can see here he's a fantastic fine model. But today, we're going to ignore him. We're going to talk about the Skitarii Veteran Cohort. And my name is Danny, by the way, as you might have guessed from Danny's Hot Takes. But I'm also joined here today by John.
Hello.
From our podcast Mob Rules, also the podcast / video cast Grim After Dark.
I'm known for my mild takes.
Yeah. Meanwhile, mine are like, warm. They're warm takes. Hot takes is kind of, is... Anyway, so, Army of Renown. Let's talk about the Skitarii Veteran Cohort. So, the entire rules for this, it is one 2-page section that gives you all you need to know. Now, when I saw that this was coming out, I was like very excited. So I'm like, oh, cool. Skitarii get their own like cool Army of Renown. Awesome. I hope it's fun. And then AdMech came out and I was like, oh, probably it won't be. But this is a really great veteran cohort. So I think these rules are fine. Like, just keep that in mind when you're looking at it. We'll kind of go over a comprehensive after we go over what the details are. So, like all armies of renown, it has some restrictions and then you get some benefits. So the restrictions are all units in your army must be Skitarii units. With the following exceptions, you can include 1 Tech Priest Dominus, 1 Tech Priest Manipulus, 1 Tech Priest Engine Seer, and 1 Techno Archaeologist. So basically this means the units that you can't really take in this list are going to be Cult Mechanicus units. So Fulgurite Electro Priests, the Corpus Cari Electro Priests, Servitors, the heavy battle servitors, both Cataphrons, the Destroyers and the Breachers, robots. That kind of stuff are not things that you can take in this army. But that's pretty much the rest of the book. So you still get all the benefits for those. All units in your army must be drawn from the same Forge World. Okay, easy enough. And then each detachment in your army must include 1 Skitarii Martial model, which is you're probably going to include anyway. They're an amazing 45-point character. Maybe one of the point-for-point best characters in the game. I don't know, pretty close. And your Warlord has to be a Skitarii Martial model, which is fine because with AdMech, of course, you can always buy additional Warlord traits if you want other Warlord traits. All right, so your benefits are all Skitarii units in your army must contain the Skitarii Veteran Cohort keyword. You have access to the Skitarii Veteran Cohort Warlord Trade, Relic, and Stratagems. All the Skitarii Rangers in your army must be upgraded to Skitarii Ranger Veterans, and all of the Vanguard units must be upgraded to Skitarii Vanguard Veteran units. And so each time, and then it just falls into the Cohort Veterans rule, where each time you upgrade a Skitarii Rangers a Skitarii Veterans unit, a Skitarii Vanguard unit, its power rating is increased as shown by the table to the right. You can see here. It's +1 power level for 10 models, and also it's +2 points per model. So you're paying 10 points right now for a Skitarii model that's a veteran. Then make a note on your army's roster or the Crusade card that shows that you've upgraded them. So, Skitarii Rangers Veterans get the Veterans keyword, and they get the Veteran Skitarii rule, so +1 leadership, +1 attack. The Vanguard get this as well. Also enhanced Bionics. Models in this unit have a 5+ invulnerable save. Same with the Vanguard Vets. And then they get Stealth Optimization, which is basically if they don't move, they get light cover. If you do move, advance, or fall back, you lose the benefit of this. And then Skitarii Veterans get the Veteran Skitarii and then Enhanced Bionics, just like we talked about. And they also now get the Skirmish Optimization. So each time an advance roll is made for this unit, roll 1 additional d6 and discard 1 of the dice. Each time this unit is targeted by a ranged weapon with the Blast ability, the unit never counts as containing 6 or more models when determining how many attacks are made with the weapons. So you never get a bonus to blast against them. Which actually increases their durability quite a bit, especially since I think a lot of people are starting to tech blast weapons, considering that 20-man blocks of Skitarii are pretty darn powerful. So then we have, they have a special Warlord Trade as well. If this is the Warlord trait your general has to have. So he doesn't get an option to take any other ones, he just has this one. And so while the Warlord is on the battle, once per battle, if the Protector Imperative is active for your army, your Binaric offense stratagem costs 1 fewer command point. And then Conqueror Imperative is active, then the Aggression Override is 1 less command point to a minimum of 0. And then once per battle, when the Bulwark Imperative is active, you can do Bionic Endurance, and then also Aggressor Imperative, you'll get the Purge Protocol for cheaper as well. So these stratagems are all really great. We'll be talking about them in a moment. And then the Relic is the Cantic Thrallnet. And so what this lets you do is pick a Skitarii Veteran Cohort core unit within 9 inches of the bear, or if they're anywhere on the table that have the data tether keyword, you can use this on them, and basically they get to pick a Doctrina Imperative instead of the one that's normally going on. And you can do this every turn, even if you've already used it or haven't used it yet. So it allows you to kind of to keep a unit in one Doctrina all game, which is super good. That's a very good relic. And then stratagems. So we've got Binaric Offense. So use this stratagem in your shooting phase, select an enemy unit, and it costs 3 command points. So it's pretty hefty, but the benefit is very good. So basically you pick 2 Skitarii Veteran Cohort units in your army, and then 1 enemy unit until the end of the phase. When you shoot at that unit with Skitarii units, those 2 units, they can only target the enemy unit, but they do get +1 to wound for all their ranged attacks. So that's really good. It's very powerful. Then we've got Aggression Override. So this one here, use this in the fight phase. Select a 1 Skitarii Veteran Cohort unit from your army. This that made a charge move. They get +1 attack. So remember, like even your big blocks of guys, they can have up to 3 attacks a model if they charge. So that's just a lot of attacks. However, Skitarii Veteran Cohort gives that to all the units in your army, so you can put this on Rust Stalkers. So you could double this up with their stratagem, so you could get potentially +2 attacks on that unit. It's very good. We have Bionic Endurance. So this lets you pick a Skitarii Veteran Cohort core unit, and they get a 5+ ignore wounds. It costs 2 command points or 3 command points if the power rating of the unit is 10 or more. So keep in mind a 20-man Skitarii unit is 8 power level. So they can use this for 2 command points or 1 command point on the Bulwark Imperative turn. So it definitely makes 1 unit really sticky. And then finally we have the Expedited Purge Protocol. And so you can use this one on a Skitarii Veteran Cohort core unit, excluding vehicle units when they advance, and they're eligible to declare charges. It costs 1 command point if you use it on Vanguard or Rangers, or 2 command points on anybody else. So giving your Sicarans advance and charge is very good. Man, that just makes the threat on that unit super crazy, especially if they're in aggressor protocols. So they get to move like 11 inches plus advance plus charge. It's really good. It's really good. Overall, you can see that while you do have to pay some points for the ability to upgrade your models to veterans, like it definitely makes them a lot better. It's worth the points. And it buffs the other Skitarii units in your army to a high degree. I think this is going to be a very controversial army for now. I can maybe see even people thinking that this might need to be banned from competitive play. I'm not sure about that. I think probably this is fine if the other units in the AdMech book are balanced better. So like Skitarii probably need to cost a few more points anyway. But we'll see. I think that this is really fluffy and flavorful, and it's a really fun army. I like the idea of like the Skitarii horde like getting orders from space, or even from like 1 or 2 tech marines like walking around the table. I think that's pretty cool. And the veteran abilities are really good. They're very good. And I'm excited to see this play on the table. Excited and nervous. Like
I have to say,
yeah,
like, just like you're saying, this is a fun, fluffy army list when it's based off of a balanced AdMech codex. And I don't think that's something we have right now. So it seems like a lot of these things make a good thing even better.
Sure.
For attacks of like what, 80 to 120 points? For like 60 Skitarii.
Well, it takes them to 200 points because they become 10 points a model. So I don't know. I want to see some, like, obviously, of course, we want to see data on this and see exactly how the meta is able to adapt or not to this. We'll see if that's something that happens. But yeah, I think it's probably going to generate a lot of salt, and that's okay. If people want to be upset about that, that's definitely their right. But I'd urge people to, like, take a minute, take a breath, play against it a couple of times and see how it actually is. But it does seem like right off the cuff that this is very, very, very powerful. Cool.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with that whatsoever.
Yep.
I want to thank you for putting such a great positive spin on that.
So, check out our other videos for War Zone Charadon Book 2, the Book of Fire. We'll be talking also about the Codex Supplement for Order of Our Martyred Lady, as well as the Armies of Renowned Disciples of Be'lakor. If you liked our other content, check out our two podcasts, either Mob Rules or, sorry, not just or. I don't want to be exclusionary.
No.
You can watch all the content you want. Yeah, you can only do one. But check those out. We're weekly on Grim After Dark, 10 p.m. Eastern Time.
Every Tuesday.
Every Tuesday. And then Mob Rules comes out once a month. As well, we do all these codex reviews. So if you like it, go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel or subscribe to our podcasts. We'd love to have you take a listen. Have a good one.